We're recognizing today our most valuable asset. That's our fabulous people who do the work day in and day out at CulinArt and Compass Group. And although our business model and our business delivery may have changed, one thing remains constant at CulinArt, and that's our commitment, our unwavering commitment to our fabulous people. And that commitment has never been stronger, ladies and gentlemen. So this is really a labor of love to bring this presentation to you today, right? This is also a perfect complement to our guest service excellence programs and our team member recognition programs. We have some very special guests on the line with us today as we do this Zoom cast, right? We have people from Flick on the line with us today, which is terrific. We have people from Compass Corporate on the line with us today, all representing the Compass wonderful family of companies are with us today. So we thank you for joining us and we appreciate all the support. We also have our wonderful clients and our partners at all the different business lines that CulinArt operates in joining us today. So to our wonderful clients, if it wasn't for you, none of us would be here today. So we certainly appreciate your support. And when we say the word partner, we mean that sincerely, right? So we'd be remiss if we didn't mention the people that weren't lucky enough to be with us today. And as our country faces kind of unparalleled circumstances, as we begin a new year and look at a year that was extremely challenging for all of us, we want to take a moment and recognize all those people at our company and our country who are not as fortunate as us today. We are laser focused on the future. We are laser focused on reopening with intent and with purpose. And that's going to be the theme as we move through this presentation today. Wow, that was absolutely terrific. I'm getting, rave reviews were a hit. I'm getting a lot of texts saying it looks and sounds terrific. And once again, that was put together by our fabulous marketing and brand strategy department. So thank you so much. And really kind of, summarizes, a year that was trying, but we had a lot of wonderful moments as well. A standard at CulinArt and at Compass Group is our safety and our diversity and inclusion moments, right? We start every meeting with a safety moment, and now more than ever, a diversity and inclusion moment. And for all of our account operators on this meeting today, you should be doing the same thing, right? And for our partners and our clients, etc., you should know that when we're speaking to our team members, when management is talking to one another, when we're educating each other as a group, we're talking about safety and diversity inclusion no matter what, at every stop in the road. So with that being said, I'd like to introduce our Director of Safety, Mr. Shiv Singh, who will start us off with our safety moment. Mr. Singh, I pass it to you, my friend.
Thank you, Matthew. It's a pleasure to be here. Thank you for the invite. To all of our hospitality heroes who are being recognized today, congratulations on being recognized, and thank you for all the hard work that you do and you continue to do. Undoubtedly, 2019, 2020, the past year, however you want to view it, has been unprecedented times, both professionally and personally for all of us on here today. Many of you have put your own safety and your family safety at risk to show up to work every day for the last year. Many of you using public transportation, exposing yourself more so to the virus as we know today as COVID-19. You've excelled and continue to excel at providing exceptional service to our guests, our clients, and our business partners while keeping their safety at the forefront of everything you do. You've listened and implemented the safety protocols outlined by federal, state, city, Compass Group, and most importantly, our clients' protocols to keep their people safe, which provided them with a level of trust and peace of mind that we're doing everything we can do to keep them safe. Sometimes you've done it with reduced staff support. And many of you have had your own personal battles with this virus, whether it was yourself or a family member or both. You still managed to make the business what it is today and keeping our clients happy. On a more positive note, there is light that will lead us from this darkness and uncertainty of this virus in the form of a vaccine. Upon receipt of a vaccine, you must use the Compass Group's COVID-19 vaccine tracker system to register all doses of vaccines you've received. With that said, I want to thank you again for all that you do, keeping our people safe, most importantly yourselves, and our clients, keeping them happy and safe as well. Thank you, and I pass it back to Matthew Santarpia to continue our program for today.
Thank you, Shiv. That was absolutely terrific. And all of us can agree that we're looking at safety through a totally different lens right now. We're doing things like wearing masks and socially distancing that we'd never done before. But rest assured, our entire team, almost 100 people on this call right now, we are doing everything we can to ensure a safe and productive work environment. So have your safety moments. Shiv, we can't thank you enough. And with that being said, we're going to pass things along to our wonderful HR director, Eric Buckholz. And Eric, you'll take us through our diversity moment. Mr. Buckholz, it's all you.
Listen, it's been a very special week. Today we're celebrating our team members who did absolutely extraordinary things during one of the most challenging times in history. And this past Monday, we honored the legacy of Dr. Martin Luther King. So I wanted to share something that I thought expressed his view of the world in a really simple way. And it goes back to something I learned a long time ago, that everything you need to know, you learned in kindergarten. Remember to always live a balanced life. Always treat others the way you want to be treated, and always share and play fair. Put things back where you found them and clean up after yourself. Say you're sorry when you hurt somebody. Learn something new each day and think about how others might see the world in different ways, and really appreciate those differences. You should draw some and paint some and sing and dance and play and work some each day. And you should share your milk and cookies because no one should ever eat alone. And when you go out in the world each day, watch out for traffic and always stick together. Do you remember those little seeds in the styrofoam cups? The roots go down and the plant goes up. We're all like that. We all grow together, and together we are always better. Life is a journey of learning new things you didn't know about from people that are different from you. So always remember, everything you needed to know, you already learned in kindergarten. Thanks, Matt.
Wow, thank you very much, Eric. Very powerful and very poignant, especially at this moment in time. So, I couldn't have said it better myself, Eric. Thank you so much. And Shiv, thank you very much for that safety moment. And now we start to the official part of the program. And I talked about a few moments ago, kind of a new year and new beginnings. And right now, I'd like to spend a moment talking about our leader. At CulinArt Group, we have a president that leads by example. And make no mistake, none of these programs, nothing that we do, whether it be from an HR standpoint or from a recognition standpoint or from a learning and development or marketing or finance standpoint, nothing would be possible without the support of a fabulous leader. And with that being said, I welcome Mike Purcell, our president, to talk to the whole group as we begin the formal part of the presentation. So Mike, it's all you, sir.
Okay, thank you, Matt, and good afternoon, everyone. I'm thrilled to be welcoming all of you to our Hospitality Heroes virtual awards ceremony today. We have received so many emails and notes of thanks from our clients and customers about how our associates have gone out of their way to provide great food, excellent customer service, and comforting hospitality during the past 10 months of this pandemic. The idea for this event came out of some great conversation with our Human Resources Department about the need to recognize all of our associates that are out in the field, that are on the front lines every day, serving our customers throughout this pandemic. Since March 2020, our world has changed. Our business has changed, and I think you'll all agree with me that all of our lives have been turned upside down. In spite of this reality, all of you have persevered, answered the call to serve our clients and customers, and do whatever it takes to keep our company thriving. Today, we're going to recognize 8 teams and 5 individuals whom have gone above and beyond and shared their extraordinary sense of hospitality with our clients and customers.
Kelly,
Our team members being recognized today come from across the country, and they represent every segment of our business, from private schools, universities, business and industry, senior care, and our recreation and leisure group, who have been providing countless meals through emergency services for other frontline workers. The common thread that unites all of you is your spirit of hospitality. We have all chosen a profession that at the end of the day is about hospitality and serving others. Moreover, all of you put yourselves out there every day at personal risk during this pandemic is a tremendous statement of your character and proves that hospitality is truly in your DNA. You all define what a hospitality hero is, and for that, we are truly grateful and we thank you. I am excited, as I am sure you all are, to hear all of your stories and the manner in which our honorees have proven exceptional hospitality to our clients and customers. I'm now going to pass this back to Matt and get the recognition awards started. And again, a big thank you to all of our award recipients today. Congratulations and a job well done.
Thank you, Mike. We appreciate that. And I think I can speak for our entire corporate family when we say that we're very happy you're steering us through and navigating us through these uncharted territories. Always available, always listening, always supportive. And we appreciate that, Mike. So happy New Year to you, my friend. And here's to a better 2021 ahead. Thank you very much.
Cheers. Thanks, Matt.
Great. Okay, we're going to start and we're going to move out. The nice thing about this presentation is that we're going all over the country, right? Modern technology at its best. And I love that, right? So we're going to go to sunny California right now, and we're going to go to our district manager, Mike Farrell. Mr. Farrell, I pass it along to you, my friend.
Thank you, Matt. I appreciate it. Glad to be here today. And yes, it is sunny. However, it's a little windy out here, which, you know, would guess up to 30, 40 miles an hour. I guess you take it with the sun, right? But today, Matt, to everybody, hello. I've nominated my team out here in California at Brentwood because of their dedication not only to the client, but to the general community as well. The team has gone above and beyond to create meals, 30,000 to be exact, for veterans, homeless veterans, 24,000 meals for the elderly through Meals on Wheels. 6 separate occasions they've done food drives, bagging food pantry drives for 150 veterans' families. They've also they produced 500 meals for on Veterans Day. I'm going to read a letter from our client at Brentwood real quick. It's brief but to the point. For months, David Mendez and Megan Lambert Jackson have worked with tireless purpose to manifest a monthly drive-through food bank for veterans at the West Los Angeles VA. In addition to their normal duties in the kitchen, they've assembled 150 care individual food packages containing staples like bread, butter, juice, dried beans, and pasta that are then transported for distribution. During the COVID-19 crisis, food insecurity has become a growing problem for both veteran and civilian communities. Thanks to the efforts of Megan and David, over 1,000 care packages have dispersed to date. Brentwood School thanks them both for going above and beyond in such an impactful and meaningful way. It was a great letter from our client, and well-deserved, obviously. But a little more about our team. Chef David Mendez is our go-to. He's kind of our backbone of the team. He goes above and beyond every day. He's also worked every holiday throughout the pandemic in order to make sure that these meals are being prepared, our client gets the service and the food that they need. Megan came from another cost center. She joined our team during the pandemic, and she's been a great asset to the team. Both have just a winning attitude. They've taken on new skills. They've always got a smile. The team has taken on every task that's been asked of them with grace and dignity, and it's been a pleasure to watch. We have two other staff members to mention, Nelson Dobos and David Mariquin, who are in a support role. One is a catering director. The other works directly in the kitchen. Both have gone above and beyond as well. They've expanded their skill sets during this transition, during the pandemic, learning new skills, making sure working, seamlessly as a team to make sure that all of these meals get produced, dispersed, and out to the community. And it's been a tremendous thing to watch. And then lastly, Jennifer Minicello, who's the food service director of Brentwood, again, has taken on every challenge throughout the year, and taken on additional responsibilities with grace and precision. And I use that word precision, I don't use it lightly. But to this team has really done a great job. I'm proud to work alongside them on a daily basis. And I really just want to thank each and every one of them. So Jennifer, if you want to say a few words, that'd be fantastic.
I just want to say my team and I are so honored to receive this award. We wouldn't have been able to do this without the support of our client, Brentwood, daily conversations with our district manager, Michael Farrell, and of course, corporate, who has helped us along the way too when we need to find stuff that we need to, packaging or that type of thing. I think our biggest thing that we've as a team come up with is the word pivot. And I think our school has also. So whenever something happens, we just pivot. What needs to be done? How can we help? How can we reach out to the community? So I think that with that mindset has created us able to just do whatever needs to get done. And I'm very proud of my team. I have our little plaque right here. And I will be putting that up for sure in the kitchen. We appreciate it. Thank you. Back to you, Mike.
Thank you both, and congratulations, Jennifer, and thank you, Mike. And I'm reminded as we go through this presentation that it is emotional. This has been an emotional year for all of us, whether it's personally or professionally. So it's wonderful to hear these accolades. Congratulations on the award, and thank you so much for being part of this very special presentation. And now we're going to jump to upstate New York, right? Not too far from where we are right now, to our district manager, Hillary Ham. Hillary Ham, it's all you, my friend.
Thank you, Matt. Hi, everyone. First off, I just want to thank our wonderful CulinArt team for putting this together, giving us this opportunity to recognize our teams and individuals. It's just a wonderful thing because there's been so many wonderful actions over the past year, and they deserve to be recognized. I nominated one of my units up in Litchfield, Connecticut, the Foreman School. The Foreman School is a unique place for adolescents with learning differences. Many of the students have special dietary restrictions, as do many of the faculty. Day in and day out, our team there goes the extra mile to ensure that everyone's special needs are met. And there's a lot of students up there. And when I say there's a lot of special meal requests and dietary restrictions, there's a lot of them. Darby Fitzgerald is the chef up there, and Danae Danner, who's our new director, which we stole from Flick. So we welcome both of them. They're both new to the Foreman School this year. They've worked really hard to build an incredible team up there, almost from scratch. And they've worked and trained with them side by side and worked with our client there to really raise the expectations and the thankfulness that we get from our client. The smiles and the bond that I've seen in this kitchen are pretty much unmatched, which directly parallels to our client. Overall, they're overjoyed with the food selection, the frontline associates, and the management team. Our other CulinArt team members at Foreman make their own special contributions for assuring the safety and the sanitation of our clients, and I want to thank them for that. Darby and Danae have done a spectacular job in bringing this group together to function as a well-run machine. They anticipate and conquer all challenges they're faced with and have a great can-do attitude. And I'd like to turn it over at this point to Danae to just make an address and talk about her spectacular team that she's developed over there.
Thank you, Hillary. Thank you, everyone, for having us. When I walked into this account, I wasn't really sure, what to expect, but I was just greeted with such a group of positive and energetic and supportive people that really hopped on board to the vision that we presented them with. And there were a ton of dietary restrictions, COVID needs, and we really came together to meet the needs of all the faculty and students. And honestly, I couldn't have done it without the support of Hillary. She really gave me the autonomy to run the piece of business and let me spread my wings, but she was such an unbelievably strong support. And I really lucked out because I have the best chef ever, Darby Fitzgerald, and his food, his flavors, his vision, his creativity, that's what people are looking for. And I really lucked out, and it really put the whole food service over the top. So I want to thank my team and mostly Darby for his culinary vision and training of our staff.
Well, thank you. And I can't say enough about when they put us together here, when Hillary put us together here, we really gelled as a team, really from the get-go. And it's been a wonderful experience for me.
Congratulations to Danae and Darby. And now we're going to move on to the eastern end of Long Island, New York, again, right in our backyard. And we're passing things along to Nolan Rich, our district manager. So Mr. Rich, take it away, my friend.
Thank you so much. Good afternoon, everyone. I'm here at the Sisters of St. Joseph's Convent on Long Island, and we've been serving the retired nuns here for the past 17 years, which is amazing. I can't tell you how proud I am of our food service director, Paul Lepore, and his amazing staff. During the height of the pandemic, under his great leadership, Paul and his staff never skipped a beat. We had sisters that sometimes would come in not wearing a mask and coughing in the dining room, but our staff kept doing their job with no worries. That's how much they care about the nuns and the staff that we serve here. And they all treat the sisters here like members of their own family. So it is my honor to introduce our hospitality heroes here at St. Joseph, Paul Lepore and his lead chef, Dawn Young.
Thank you so much, Nolan, for that. And good afternoon, everybody. First of all, I would like to say thank you on behalf of myself, my assistant manager, Dawn Young, who I couldn't really do anything without, and my entire staff here. And just to say that it's truly an honor to be recognized for this award. The past year has presented many challenges, not only here at our account, but for everybody in our company, as well as the food industry as a whole. My team has met each challenge that has been presented with them to them with the same professionalism and positive outlook that I've come to know from them over the years. And I'm so proud to be able to share this recognition with them. I'd also like to thank my district manager, Nolan Rich, without whose leadership we would never even have been able to be considered for this award. And finally, I just want to say thank you to everyone involved that made this afternoon what it is and possible. And again, what an honor it is to be able to be recognized for this award. So on behalf of my entire staff, Thank you so much.
Well, thank you. Really, congratulations. It's wonderful. This is, personal for a lot of us. We know each other for many years. This is an account that Nolan mentioned we've had for a long time. This is a healthcare facility, right? So when you talk about being on the front lines, you and your entire team are on those front lines. So congratulations. And we appreciate all your support, not just today, but every day thereafter. So thank you very much. We're going to go back to upstate New York and go to Steve Borenkoff, our district manager. Mr. Borenkoff, I pass things along to you.
Thank you, Matt. I have the honor to present the CulinArt Leader Award to our General Manager of Celgene Heritage, BMS, in Summit, New Jersey, Tom Mahler, who oversees the East and West campuses there. Tom and his entire team have been overseeing the Celgene Heritage site since 2015. The relationship that has been built over the years with CulinArt's team there on site and the leadership of Celgene Heritage is one of a kind. It comes natural to Tom to be the leader of this operation and the partnership that has been gained through our clients there at the Celgene site. Tom has led his team from the time COVID started to present. As Celgene Heritage is a manufacturing site. They work 7 days a week, 3 shifts a day. Tom has worked with his team to meet every request and provide great food and great service throughout the pandemic and whenever snowstorms come about during the winter season. They've set the bar very high. Being proactive and embedding the culture into our programs and their programs have become natural to them. To define Tom in one word is passion. Definition of passion is a feeling of intense enthusiasm towards something. Passion can range from eager interest in or admiration for an idea, proposal, or cause, to enthusiastic enjoyment of interest or activity, to strong attraction, excitement, or emotion and dedication. That is Tom. Tom's philosophy is 5 business philosophies. It's to take care of the guests, our vendors, his team, the community. And to finish that off, he also states the remainder will take care of itself, as it is said. Tom and his team partners with the Isaiah Halfway House to work with the community. Tom has a favorite quote as well by Robert Ludlum. Opportunities will present themselves, recognize them, and act upon them. Tom does this daily. Tom is always looking at opportunities to enhance the services at the site and cost center and to help build his career. I also have a great letter from our clients, Mike Duffy and Tyler Branch, about Tom, and I want to read it out. Tom is an exceptional human being with an outstanding work ethic, attitude, and attention to detail. It has been an absolute pleasure working with Tom. His friendly demeanor and proactive nature are in the perfect combination, resulting in superior service and support. I am not surprised that Tom is receiving this award, as he has proven himself to be a great leader time and time again. Congratulations to Tom from Mike and Tyler. Can't say it any better. It's just the family relationship and the bond that's been built there and the partnership that's been created. Just a few more things. Tom has continued to build a great partnership with Celgene Heritage and his team through the change of the clients there. Being proactive and embedding the culture into our programs. Tom's been working extremely hard in providing BMS with all of what and the wise CulinArt / Compass and what have to offer and why it's the right choice to partner with them. And to finish it off, Tom's completed and has been working on a new amendment to the client to extend the contract for the next year for us. So with that said, I'm going to pass it off for Tom to go ahead and say a few words. So thank you.
Thank you, Stephen. That was a really great introduction. That's really something, and I really appreciate it. I really appreciate the honor of receiving this award and the recognition. And I'd like to thank our senior leadership team and yourself, Stephen, for all your support. It has meant a lot to me in this past year just to have that behind me, and I really appreciate it. I would also like to thank the incredible team at Bristol Myers Squibb for all the amazing work that they do. They have worked tirelessly throughout the whole pandemic, never wavering in their commitment to providing great service or great food. It's just a really, really great honor to be able to lead them. We're proud of being part of the Bristol Myers team and the work that they do to heal people. We help them eat well, be well, and do well. So thank you, everybody. I'm really honored to receive this award. I couldn't do it without the team. So thank you, everybody. I really appreciate it.
Well, thank you very much, Tom, and the entire team at Bristol Myers Squibb. And thank you, Steve. Congratulations. Very, very well deserved. Now we're going to jump across to Pasadena, Maryland. And we're going to bring it to our Regional Vice President, John Drexel. Mr. Drexel, take it away.
Well, thank you, Matt, and thank you, everybody. This is a wonderful event to be part of. And I want to second what was said earlier about the corporate support for events like this and throughout this time that we've all experienced. In the Mid-Atlantic area, we have a remarkable team, directors, managers, chefs, and team members. The region is geographically the largest in the company. In spite of that, I'm always impressed by the absolute willingness of everybody in this team to share and help each other. Every challenge and every ask that I put to them has been met with professionalism and care throughout this past year and virtually always. I'm blessed to work with such fine people. For my team of the year is T. Rowe Price, because really this year, the word of the year was pivot. March came and changed all our worlds. T. Rowe Price was adamant about reopening in early May and asked us to come up with a touchless system, put a NutriSlice system in from scratch, which we built with a lot of work and put in. Unfortunately, we didn't open in May. We wound up opening in July. We were asked to develop multiple take-home menus in a matter of days, turn those around. We were asked to offer free food for 6 weeks to all the associates. We did that. We reopened cafes, we closed cafes. We developed holiday menus. We developed a progressive plan and vision for T. Rowe as food service goes to the next 5 years with that firm. Throughout every step, the team at T. Rowe was always responded with great thought and great professionalism, even when I asked them things, very time constrained ways. Our business is about relationship and service. And when I asked our client for feedback about today, he said, I'll say that CulinArt has always been a very collaborative partner to T. Rowe Price, listening to our current needs and future goals and suggesting realistic and achievable strategies to meet those goals. 2020 was obviously no exception. CulinArt also altered other areas of our OCS and pantry programs to create safer environments for all our associates. We can only thank you and your team for your continued flexibility and innovative ideas through these difficult times. I agree 100%. The team at T. Rowe is the epitome of what we were supposed to be in this business. And thank you, everybody, for your hard work.
Let's go to Eric Smith over at T. Rowe Price in Maryland. Mr. Smith.
Thanks, Matt. I really appreciate this. And thank you, John. Can you hear me?
We can hear you loud and clear, my friend.
All right. I really want to thank John for nominating us for this award, because it's been, really great to see this come to light. And, I know this is a lot of hard work for everybody. I'd like to thank everybody at the corporate office, because we couldn't have done this without their support, and being one of the first BNI accounts that really stayed online all the time. Every time we turned around, we were calling somebody to get something additional, whether it was Shiv or Tina Halvatsis or yourself, Matt and Eric Buchholz. I mean, it really, really helped us out along the way. I really like to thank the staff, because as John said, we're a geographically diverse group of people. We have an account manager that runs basically by herself at our downtown Baltimore office, as well as we have a full crew in the suburbs of Baltimore. And then all the way out in Colorado Springs, we have our chef manager, Chad Buffmack, who not only handled everything great, but he's also like a newbie with the whole company. This is his first year with the company, and we threw him in the middle of a pandemic, and he came through with flying colors. So we want to thank him. Our chefs have been great. Our chefs pulled together, as well as Chef Michelle Barr, who last year was part of the Women in Culinary group, but she fed close to 1,000 people for Thanksgiving. they fed over 2,500 for the Christmas holiday. And she did that as a volunteer group and did that while coming to work every single day. So we really appreciate that and her dedication and everything that she did. This was kind of an odd year. We were slated as the next CFE account, and it was a little heart-wrenching when somebody said, well, we're not going to go with this because we're going to shoot you all kinds of things with the pandemic. So we just shifted gears. As John said, we took that pivot and we went ahead with that pivot, and we put our training from CFE and we just put it towards being a really great pandemic group that could make a financial institution survive through this whole thing. So again, we thank everybody. This has been an incredible year, and again, thanks.
Thank you very much, Eric. Thank you to the whole team. Thank you, John. And for those of you who don't know, CFE in Compass lingo is a Center for Excellence, right? CulinArt Group has our first Center for Excellence in Stamford, Connecticut, and we were currently working on T. Rowe Price for our second Center for Excellence, and then the world has changed. But you should be rest assured, Eric, that we haven't forgotten about that. We're going to reinvest in those standards and reignite the program for 2021. So thank you to you and your entire team. Next, we're going to go to the one and only New York City. I know what you've heard and I know what you've seen, but there's nothing like New York City. New York City is coming back better than ever before. It's the center of our world, and we're going to Ed Jakubiak, our district manager at Memorial Sloan Kettering in the Big Apple. Ed, take it away.
Thank you, Matt. Thank you, everyone. Good afternoon. As Matt said, I'm here at Memorial Sloan Kettering on the Upper East Side of Manhattan, and I'm very proud to nominate and award the entire team here at MSK for their dedication and hard work throughout the pandemic. MSK is a 7-day operation, and we haven't missed a beat. The team came in even during the snowstorm without, any delays, and they've been working here diligently since March. We've opened this facility in January, so right after the opening, which is usually a task, they dove right into it and started serving all the patients, the additional patients, and the staff that were working so hard here. So I'm very proud of them, and proud of the direction of Greg Frigola that he's provided, and as well as Ryan Deutsch and Pedro Cedeno, the support team behind Greg. So congratulations, Greg, to you and the entire team, well deserved, and I know there's more to come. So please say a few words to everyone, and thank you very much.
Thank you, Ed, and thank you everybody for this opportunity. Like Ed said, we've been going 7 days a week since the pandemic started, and really so grateful for the great team we have here. Nobody skipped a beat. Everybody's been here, and we're dealing with some patients who have the most compromised immune systems there are. So the whole team has done a great job of creating a safe environment for our patients, for the doctors and nurses that we're serving each and every day. Sanitizing commonly touched surfaces every 30 minutes, making sure that we're creating a welcoming environment. And I couldn't be more grateful for the team, for the support of Ed Jakubiak, and for the support of CulinArt and Compass. Everybody's given us a lot of great tools to be successful during this time, and we are extremely grateful. So thank you all very much.
Well, thank you, Greg, and your entire team, and thank you, Ed. It's wonderful. We appreciate you joining us, and we appreciate all of that support. So important. We're going to stay in the New York City area, the outer borough of the New York City area, to Queens, New York, and we're going to pass things along to Mr. Ed Murray. Mr. Murray, it's all you.
Thank you very much, Mr. Santarpia. It's a pleasure to be here. And I would like, it is my honor and my pleasure to nominate my hospitality hero for this occasion. I'm speaking to you all from St. Francis Prep High School in the Queens area. We've been here 13 plus years. It's a wonderful account. We have a wonderful relationship. We have wonderful people there. But I'm going to talk to you about another one of my favorite places in the world, Archbishop Molloy High School, which is right up the road. And there I'm going to specifically speak about an individual who's been with me a few years now, Her name is Jessica Ruiz Quintero, and she is the chef manager at Archbishop Malloy High School at the moment. Let me tell you a little bit about her and my relationship with Jess. Jess was promoted to the position of chef manager in September 2019. At that time, she did an outstanding job in satisfying a very difficult faculty with their daily lunch service. They got free lunch there. You would think that they'd be very happy, but they're very particular about what they have. And as such, Jess was really great in developing relationships with these folks, learning what they like and what they don't like, and satisfying them, and really becoming a part of the community, which at both of these schools that I'm speaking about is 100% the most important thing. If you become part of the community, you're going to have a great job, great satisfaction to everyone. That's really what counts. When COVID hit, unfortunately, as we all know, Jess was very good in pivoting. We've used that word a few times throughout this presentation, and here's another example. Jess was just tremendous in the help of an evolution of a completely new type of service that we had to go to. Everything is pre-ordered online now, and we're trying to limit exposure to COVID. Listen, we don't accept cash. Everything is online, and we really have gone out of our way to do social distancing, sanitizing, washing our hands constantly, and limiting the interaction, of physical interaction with people, 6 feet apart, etc. Through the school's efforts, in conjunction with CulinArt's efforts, Malloy has performed much better than many of the Catholic high schools in the New York City area, which, as you all may recall, was the epicenter of the COVID-19 when it first hit. We were right in the middle of those neighborhoods. And the neighborhood that Archbishop Malloy has been has been one of the hardest hit. It really has been an area that's been hit very hard with COVID, yet Malloy and Jess have performed way better than the rest of the neighborhood. And it's really kind of like we're isolated there in how well we've done. She's a terrific learner, always looking to learn new tasks. Follow-up is amazing for someone who is, just becoming a manager, really. And, it's like an old veteran. She's really great at it. She has taken the account, and the transmission and the transition has been as smooth as possible. And I'm going to finish with a conversation that I had with our client when we were looking for a new chef just before I brought Jess in. And the client's a great guy. We have a great relationship, but he worries, and he's very concerned about the account, and and he's a very dedicated individual. Loves CulinArt. It's a pleasure to work there. But the conversation went like this. He said to me, "Ed, what do we have for the new chef?" And he was concerned, and I informed him that I had a woman who has been with us as a sous chef for a number of years and is totally ready for the next step. I said, "Richard, I know that you're going to like her." You know what? I couldn't have been more correct that time. I was 100% right. So I really appreciate it, and it is my absolute pleasure and honor to turn this over to Miss Jessica Ruiz Quintero. And thanks so much, Jess, for all you do for us on a day-to-day basis.
Hello, everybody, and thank you. Thank you, Ed, for nominating me and basically behind me a whole team. You know how much I love a challenge, and you've given me that. You've certainly given me that. Working on Malloy has given me the opportunity to put to the test everything I've learned over the years from basically everybody that I've worked with and worked for. When Ed gave me the opportunity of having the managing position, it was great. I had a great manager teach me also, Chris Fody. Thank you so much, spending your time training me. Then going back to Malloy, it was different from what I was used to. And it was interesting going back to with COVID, the new system, having to learn a whole new way of interacting with the kids, interacting with the faculty. But I had a great support system behind me. I had Ed, I had my previous manager, I had Matt has helped me a lot too, Shiv. So thank you so much, and to my team also, because I would not have done it without them. Ed, I'll just pass it along back to you.
Wonderful. Thank you, Jess. Thank you, Ed. Very well deserved on the front lines in a school setting. So thank you very much. And congratulations, Jess, to you and your entire team. Right now, we're going to jump to the great state of Pennsylvania and bring in our district manager, Lori Wills. Lori, take it away, my friend.
Thank you, Matt. Want to say congratulations to all the award winners that are on this call today. We definitely could not do any of this without each other. And I nominated Central Penn College, which I newly have just taken over back in July. And it is totally well-deserved. Central Penn is in Somerdale, PA, about 10 minutes outside of Harrisburg. So Chef David has been with us for quite a few years now. He has been at the college, and he was awarded a nomination from the school about him embracing as a family spirit and to all the students that, especially who have contracted symptoms of COVID and had to be quarantined either as precautionary or because they did contract it as a positive. He has created a true family spirit with his staff, especially when you're not feeling well. You really want to be home and with mom. And Chef David and his team, couldn't necessarily be with them, but what they did was they took the time, and they know their students, and they were able to provide them their meals in their dorm rooms and give them, their favorite items and other special niceties that only someone who really does care and has that true family spirit was able to do. So I want to congratulate Chef David and the rest of the staff of Derek, Amelia, Mary, John, and Kevin. And thank you for making a difference every day, David. And if you'd like to say a few words.
Lori, thank you so much. Matt, CulinArt, everybody at the home office. You guys have been absolutely fantastic the past 3.5, 4 years. We took over the college here 3.5 years ago. 7-day-a-week cafe. We have a conference center for 250 people. We were rocking and rolling, and then COVID hit, and it was a whole new ball game, as we all know. And the bottom line, I wouldn't be here. I couldn't do it without my staff, without the support of everybody at CulinArt. It's been absolutely a great experience. Central Penn College, we have a great relationship with them, and we took it over, and we keep moving forward. It's been great. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much, David, and to your entire staff. And thank you very much, Lori. Very well said. Congratulations. I'm broadcasting live from Stony Brook University, and that brings us to our next presenter. This is Rich Maha, our resident district manager of Stony Brook University. So Mr. Maha, which I think you're only a few feet away from me in another office. Take it away, my friend.
Yep, thanks, Matt. Yep, coming to you from Stony Brook, just down the hall from Matt. When the nominees came out, it was a tough call on this campus because everyone really stepped up with COVID. I'm sure everyone else did. But the one person that really stuck out was Lisa Batiste. And her challenge really started in the early stages of COVID. We were called one day by our client that the state of New York was bringing back all their abroad students. They weren't even Stony Brook students, and they were going to house them in the Southampton campus, which is about an hour east of us. So that's really where this whole story started. Lisa jumped in without saying no, and they were quarantined out there for 2 weeks. So delivering 3 meals a day for 2 weeks to a Southampton campus with students, we had no idea who they were. She formed the relationships with them, and it really turned out to be a great experience. And then as COVID kicked in, different stages happened. Stony Brook Hospital called upon us. their vendor that did their grab and go couldn't do their grab and go anymore. So we stepped up. Lisa's team took it over, and now we have a new line of business with the Stony Brook Hospital doing their grab and go because of our COVID practices. They really appreciated that. So that's still continuing. And then that's when the Stony Brook students started getting quarantined. And in the midst of that, that's when 5 field hospitals were built on our campus. And so Lisa's team stepped up for that. We ended up feeding about 500 of the trades who were building those hospitals 3 meals a day out of our concession stand at our football stadium. So it was, Lisa was pulled in many different directions. She really stepped up and did a fantastic job and continues to do that. To date, we've served over 12,000 meals to quarantine students. And we even started a whole remote ordering for sundries and snacks. So they get their 3 meals, but if they want some Oreos or they want cookies, they can go online, order it, and Lisa delivers it. So I can't say enough about that. And the most recent piece of it is we just started recently, Stony Brook became one of the sites for the state of New York for vaccinations. So we picked up that line of business. So 3 meals a day for 100 frontline workers, at least for 100 days. So that's now on Lisa's plate as well. So her plate is pretty full. She's doing a fantastic job. So I couldn't be more proud of Lisa and her team. And I can't be more proud than to introduce to you Lisa Batiste, who I am just thrilled and proud to have work here at Stony Brook.
Thank you so much, Rich, for that. I'm extremely honored to be receiving this award. I would like to extend my sincerest thanks to Mike, Lou, and Rich for acknowledging me with this award. I'd also like to thank my team and our campus directors and chefs for all their hard work during these extremely challenging times while we supplied meals to the students in quarantine at both of the Stony Brook campuses, as well as the staff workers who built the field hospitals and the staff at Stony Brook University Hospital. Like Rich mentioned, we are now supplying meals to the staff administering the COVID-19 vaccines on campus and preparing for the return of students for the spring semester. I really look forward to what's in store for the future for myself and for the rest of my team at Stony Brook and with CulinArt. And I thank you again for this honor. It really means a lot.
Well, thank you, Lisa. It looks great. We got your certificate up, right? Came in the nick of time. So thank you for being such a great host to us here at Stony Brook University too. So thank you, Lisa. Thank you, Rich. Our congratulations to your whole team. Onward and upward to a brighter 2021. Let's right now go to the state right next door, New Jersey, and we're going to go to Pete Rocco, our district manager from that neck of the woods, who really controls our events and entertainment division, our emergency dining division. There's so much on that plate as well. So Pete, how about that introduction? Take it away.
Look at you, Matt. You are the MC of all time, buddy. You are doing a great job. This is a great event.
Well, thank you. The check's in the mail, Pete.
Yep. As you said, we're the events and entertainment division. And during COVID-19, we really haven't done much events or entertainment. It's been a difficult year for all of our managers in our district. I think, especially our salespeople, trying to move personal weddings and bar mitzvahs, and it's been challenging for everybody. So this was a tough decision, but because we're not doing much entertaining, we did and have pivoted to emergency feeding and emergency services. And the Cradle Aviation is, as many as you know, and many of you on the call have worked with us, is our hub for and our main commissary for that type of feeding. So that team there has really stepped up during all of this. We've done about $3.5 million in emergency services over the last 10 months. And that's basically box lunches, box dinners, box breakfasts. Sarah White, who we hired in January to be our catering sales manager, has probably boxed 150,000 box lunches since she came on board. It wasn't what she anticipated, but she's come to work every day doing it with a smile. Eliza Cruz, Hector Mongus, Barry Rosenthal, our manager over at the Village Club, has stepped up. Kyle Mezzi, Joanne, a lot of our managers in the district have come and helped with some extra support. And with this transition and pivoting, we had to do some downsizing. Stefan, who is the recipient of this award today, it was our kosher catering executive chef over at the Woodbury Jewish Center. We brought him over to the Cradle to support and be pretty much the lead at that property. Stefan's been with CulinArt for 8 years. He's been doing high-end social catering for most of his career. So for him to pivot and do what we're doing now is he's accepted the challenge. He's working 12 to 14-hour days, 6-7 days a week, worked every holiday so far, was affected by COVID himself. He actually did get COVID, but he came back and he's strong as ever. We currently, over the last 10 months, have fed PSE&G on Long Island through, I think, 4 or 5 major storms, Con Edison through the same 4 or 5 major storms. We've picked up an account in Westchester for the family services, which feeds the COVID families. It's low-income families. We feed breakfast, lunch, and dinner to anywhere from 150 to 200 families a day. We've been doing that. It was a 2-month contract. They love us so much. We've been doing it for the last 6, and there's no end in sight. They just keep telling us, keep sending the food, and everybody seems happy. We've been supporting other B&Is outside of our district. We feed collegiate every day when they're open. It's in Ed Jakubiak's district. We're doing about 850 box lunches. So there's a lot going on at the Cradle Aviation. The district has accepted the challenge with open arms. Some days are better than others. Some days are frustrating, but through all of it, Stefan's been the steady force to make sure it all happens. So with that, I'd like to give it to Steph. I appreciate all your hard work.
Thanks, Pete. So first and foremost, I want to thank everyone for considering me for this award. I'm honored to have the passion and dedication for my work recognized. I also want to congratulate everyone else today that was recognized for their own awards and achievements. And as Pete did mention, yes, I did have COVID. I'm fine. I'm back. But what he also did mention is our division is mostly used to fine dining catering. So switching over to thousands of meals a day for emergency services and countless numbers of grab and goes and box lunches for schools, first responders, low-income families. At a flick of a switch, it was a bit taken to get used to. But I mean, listen, as cliche as it sounds, there's really no iron team. And over the past difficult year, it has more than proved that, and it has further enhanced the teamwork of our teamwork in all of us. I mean, it takes great skill and patience to adapt during these uncertain times, but it also takes a great team to involve, and what we have become now. So, I just want to give a special thanks on my behalf and my colleagues, of course, to our supervisors for supporting everyone and setting us up for success. Again, I'm humbled and appreciated for this gracious award. Thank you.
Well, thank you, Stefan, your entire team. Thank you, Pete Rocco, for all that you do, and we're happy to honor you. Talk about front lines, talk about emergency services, talk about getting food to food insecure people, to our frontline first responders, right? To field hospitals. I mean, this is what we've pivoted to in 2020 and 2021, and it couldn't be in better hands. So we thank you all from the bottom of our hearts, and we appreciate your support. Thanks so much. We're going to jump to Connecticut now, ladies and gentlemen, and go to our district manager. I believe he's at one of our new facilities, and that's Mr. George Kirby. George, take it away.
Hello, Matt. Hello, everyone. Yes, I'm actually in the private dining room at Rubenstein Partners in Stanford, which is one of our new accounts that's pretty close to opening. It's undergoing a renovation, and it's almost there, and it really is a beautiful space. I would try to give you a tour, except I'm sure I would lose my connection. So that said, in thinking about, you know, what it takes for a hero, a lot of things have to go wrong at the same time, right? It almost creates an opportunity. And in this case, it was a pandemic. It presented an opportunity, a unique opportunity to rise above the rest. And that defines, or is exactly what Andrea Meady and her team at Cooper did this year. You know, they took the COVID challenge, they turned it into an opportunity to secure our relationship with our client and really demonstrate our value to them. So besides never missing a day due to the nature of their business, it is called Cooper Surgical, their actions to source the PPE, sanitizer stations for the Cooper workforce was really critical for them to continue their operations safely. So like many accounts, they responded quickly. They adjusted menus and service models. But at the request of their client, they also opened up a new hot food service in another building. So they really rose to the occasion for them. And also, you know, for all that has to go wrong to create an opportunity to rise above, there's a lot that has to go right. And to give credit where credit is due, you know, Compass had a lot of resources put in place to assist the operators in the field and prepare us for the new normal. But putting them in place and taking advantage of them are two different things. So Andrea took full advantage of these resources, and she really made herself into a subject matter expert, so much so that the client was looking to her for guidance. And that takes leadership on the part of the manager, and it really takes buy-in from the whole team who deserves equal credit. So I think what this demonstrates really, it's a prime example of, you know, how badly things can go wrong, and then, you know, how brightly we can shine after that to make things go right. So it goes without saying that they went to work every day. They didn't skip a beat, and they put their own health at risk so that others can do their job. But also, having said that, I think I would be remiss if I didn't also mention that I'm equally proud of my other accounts that never closed. We had certainly managers that sacrificed their time, hourlies that stepped up into leadership positions, and the teams at Branson, Blue Crest, Hubble, Marriott, Kering, Rubenstein, and Pfizer, you know, they all remained open during this pandemic, and I think they're really all worthy heroes as well. But that said, you know, I nominated Andrea Meady and her team of Tom and I'm sorry, Danielle and Santa for this award this year. So congratulations. And Andrea, if you'd like to say a word or two, now's your time.
Definitely, thank you for the award, and like George had said, we couldn't have done this without our team, and you know, they've done everything that they could to keep things as normal as possible. And you know, Tom, who has mastered the Tomlet station, keeping the customers very happy. Santa with her beautiful salads, working like there's no time to waste, and you know, definitely Danielle with her creative new food ideas. So I do appreciate it, and they thank you, and I thank you.
Well, thank you, Andrea. Thank you, George. And I better not tell my kids that Santa works at Cooper Surgical, because they'll be up there trying to look for him. Thank you so much. Congratulations. You know, as we move through this award ceremony, it's such a nice experience. We spend so much time talking about the business piece, reactivating, how we're going to handle certain situations, new safety protocols. It's nice to sit down and talk and celebrate about our people, right? And I'm getting so many messages about that, just to take a moment and say, this is what makes us successful, our people, right? And it's a nice exercise to hear about all the wonderful opportunity that's happening at CulinArt and Compass Group, right? And we couldn't be prouder of both of you. Congratulations. We're going to move to Pennsylvania, and we're going to go to our district manager in Pennsylvania, Joe Ginder. Joe, take it away, my friend.
Hi, Matt. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Coming to you today, yes, from Bucks County, Pennsylvania, in my home office. And I have the pleasure of presenting this Hospitality Heroes Award to just one of my many hardworking teams. Everyone working today has found the strength to adapt and meet the new expectations of our world. When I look across my district, it was tough to select one winner, but the Team of the Year award goes to Bud Cohen and the Springside Chestnut Hill Academy CulinArt team. Bud's team exceeded the expectations every week, regardless of the challenges. From 40 to 400 customers daily, the team has been flexible and dynamic to meet the needs of their client and customers. We have received numerous accolades every month on menus and quality of food, as well as the safe, organized method of how it's delivered. Bud, I thank you and congratulations.
Great, thank you, Joe. Hello, can you hear me?
Yes, we hear you, Bud. You're looking good and sounding good.
Thank you, thank you. Good afternoon or good evening now. It's getting a little dark out. My team and I want to thank Compass Group, and we truly appreciate this recognition. We're grateful to be working every day. And Joe Ginder, Dan McGill, Mike Purcell, from up and down the line of command are authentic, food-first people, and they're our friends, and I thank them. So I would like to thank my team. I couldn't do it without them. Let's see. Here are some of the qualities that make our team and make CulinArt great, and I've heard a lot of this today. Be authentic. I think everyone who was on this line today is authentic to themselves, and whatever position they were in, it really shined through the authenticity of our teams. The folks that I work with are loyal, and they're energetic about their families and their hobbies and self-care, which is very important. They always consider food first. That's why we've gotten so many accolades about our food quality and really stepped it up. We're still supporting our local farmers, and we still try and educate folks on healthy eating and farm to table every day, socially distanced, of course, but through our food. And I think it's important that we listen, right? Listen to our clients, listen to our staff, listen to what's going on in the world. The last gentleman that spoke kind of took my thunder away a little bit on this one, but I'd like to say there is no I in team. However, there is a me in team, right? And that's where authenticity comes in. We only have a staff of 3 people plus myself. We call ourselves the core 4. Each one of us are unique individuals. Tatiana Begley, who is my front of the house person, I'm just going to thank her a little bit right now and promote her a little bit. She published a book during the pandemic. It's available on YouTube. I mean, on Amazon. She is awesome with writing the labels, getting all the bags prepared. She'll make salads. She'll go in the golf cart. We deliver to 12 different locations every day and feed, like Joe said, from 40 to 400, depending on which of our schools have had to close or reopened or whatever because of the pandemic. So I thank you, Tatiana. Chef Will Garland, he is very much into technology. He holds down the fort on the hot food, and he has done a fabulous job. Chef Steve Ward is kind of our front of the house guy. He drives the golf cart all around and does a lot of the setups. He's been really instrumental in helping us get through this time. So I thank all 3 of those guys a lot. Matt wanted me to mention that you see behind me my cookbooks. I think there's a lot of value in the tactile appreciation of hard information, unlike what we're doing now, right? But practically any recipe or piece of music or literature is available to you online nowadays, but it's just not the same. I preserve my cookbooks and my vinyl collection, my vinyl record collection in a way to preserve history. And I think that's part of my authenticity, right? We're all individuals, and I think that's what makes a great team, individuals coming together. My team are hungry for information, and with such a small group in our ghost kitchen facility, we have the opportunity sometimes to watch videos of great chefs teaching us their art. And we really enjoy doing this. So recently we've been watching Jacques Pepin, Paul Prudhomme, Julia Child, Marco Pierre White. We watch videos from Michael Pollan and YouTube videos from Matt Santarpia, of course, and all our chat training. And one day recently, our head of school happened to pop in, Dr. Drugan. Now, Dr. Drugan asked us what we were watching, and I told him we were watching Marco Pierre White, and he sat with us for a while and watched it. This was in the afternoon one day. Dr. Drugan is a foodie, and unfortunately, he just retired from our school, but he will be missed. So I just want to give a lot of credit to our team. They did a great job, and I still continue to do a good job. Food and friendship are super important to Chestnut Hill Academy, and we become part of the community. I'm pleased to say we've been invited to get our immunizations starting in like a week, which is really awesome that the community brought us in. And in closing, I'd just like to say I'm very proud of our team, and they have met the challenges with creativity, flexibility, determination, and passion for the art. Above all, they've shown kindness, and most importantly, the team mentality. So each one of us is a unique individual and authentic to our brand, and I accept this award on behalf of my team, and I thank you.
Well, thank you, Bud. Very, very nicely said. We appreciate it. Thank you, Joe, and congratulations to both of you. And now we are up to our last award, and then we have a quick recap after that. So don't go anywhere yet, but certainly last but not least is Harry Williamson, our vice president who handles our healthcare locations, and how apropos we're speaking about healthcare during this crisis. So Harry, I pass it to you, my friend.
Hi, thank you, Matt. I appreciate that. Hi, everyone. I just wanted to first start out with a huge thank you to our entire healthcare division. All our operations went above and beyond the call of duty during this continued pandemic. The challenges that we heard today, our teams faced, the uncertainties and the fear of COVID-19 is real. Yet all our operations continue to provide excellent services for our vulnerable population. All our clients stated great gratitude for our organization of our pandemic procedures, our leadership, our creativity, and the positive workforce. That said, it was very difficult to pick a winner as our entire healthcare division rose to the challenges. But I want to especially thank and congratulate Karen Duckworth, who is our food service director at Camilla Hall, which is a continuing care retirement community. With over 250 residents, 40 staff members, 2 assistant managers, and a full-time dietitian, Karen is a consistently high performer who continues to rise to the occasion, working on the front lines during this pandemic. She works hard to create a positive, inclusive workplace for everyone under her supervision, and she builds strong working relationships with her team. She promotes unconditional respect, patience, courtesy while creating a positive, supportive, inclusive workplace for all her employees. I wanted to congratulate Karen for a great job. And unfortunately, due to her operational requirements today, she's on the front lines again, serving at Camilla Hall, and is not able to join us. So I'm going to accept this award on her behalf and present it to her at a later time. But again, our entire healthcare division, which is over 13 locations, retirement communities, long-term care centers, rehab centers, did a great job during this pandemic. So thank you all, and thank you, Matt.
Thank you, Harry, and our special thanks to Karen and our entire team. We appreciate that. I want to thank everyone for a terrific ceremony. It did get emotional at times, and I love that. I love how it was cathartic, and we got to speak about our most important asset, as I keep underscoring for all of you, our fabulous people. So from all of us at CulinArt Corporate, and all of us at Compass, we thank you all. This has been a labor of love. I'm so happy you joined us. We wish you all the best for 2021 for you and your family. Good night and have a great day. Thanks, everyone.
Thank you, Caroline.
Thank you, Matt.
Congratulations.
Thank you, everyone. This was great. Thank you.
Thank you, everyone.
Thanks, Matt. Great job.
Thank you, everyone.
Thanks, Matt. Thank you, everyone.
There you go.
Thank you.